Hi, I'm Cqrlog with 1 Kilo Hotel, and I want to show you some new features of the Cqrlog while we're still waiting an official release of the next version. At the moment, you can get the latest version by compiling it by yourself. I have written a message to Cqrlog.com where I tell how to install first the current version from package, and after that compile a new version over it. It is the node 2998. You will find it from there. And the other solution is to use my pre-compiled Pioneer files from my GitHub. There is a compiled folder where you can find binary files and new help and update script that helps you install the latest test version. This is a little bit different than official version. There are some things more than official version, but if you read the README from the page, you get know what is the current situation. So I'm using this 2.4.0 135 for next videos, and I show you things that are common in the official source and my test version. So let's start by starting Cqrlog. I'm using a dual monitor system, so some windows will open to the other monitor where is no video recording, but I drag them to this side. Okay, when you start Cqrlog, you probably will have the log 001 as a default log, and then you can add more logs by your needs. Cqrlog uses one database, but you can have many logs there. And let's make a new log. It offers the number 7, that's okay, and we put test X for the log name right here. Now it's empty log. It's also empty by settings because every log carries the Cqrlog settings with it, so you can have different settings on every log you have, and that's a very good thing, but it also can make a lot of work to you. If you just open this log now, there will be empty QSO list, and preferences are empty. So we'll look at the QSO list. That is empty, and then go to preferences, and you see there is no call sign or nothing. There are some things here that you must check. The first one is the web browser. That's used for help files, and the default is xgdopen script, but that's not good. The help files do not open properly with that, so a recommendation is put here the real browser name and the path that you are using, and you can write it here if you just paint over the xgdopen, or you can click the column here and you will get the file opening window here like this. And now we go to the bind, because I know I have my browser there, and my browser is called Opera. It can be Firefox, whatever you use, but I'm using Opera now. And open that one. So the path is a little bit different than expected, but that's okay. And now we can close this. It will be saved and open again. We can see that it's there. And now the problem if you use Xcd script is that there are help systems built in this Cqrlog that uses hashtag URL paths. And let's take Xerox control and press the help tab, which means that it opens help for this section here. And now when we have changed the browser, it really opens the right page. But if there is Xcd open in use, it will drop away this one. And if it's away, you got always this same starting page, and that's not good. So if you want the index, you press the help index, and you will get the page where you have left frame index for easy navigation through the help files. Okay, so that's very important to check at the start of the new log. Then in new QSO there are some checks that I like to use. The first one is refresh data after QSO. It will keep your QSO list up to date every time you save a new QSO. And I also like to use enable satellite mode. I don't work satellites, but I explain later why I use this setting also. And then there is of course you have to go through all these tabs, but I just show some highlights here. The export is one. Here you can set the export defaults, and you have column here and wide, and these are for the HTML export. You can put column names here. You can use your own language if you like, and the width of the column in question. These work only with the HTML, not with the ADIF or any other exports, but you can preset them here, so it's easier than to do the export if you have presets ready. And the next one we pick is a DX cluster, and there the call sign alert. You can put the list of call signs or partial call signs here, what cause alerts, and then you can put the comment here what is done when the alert comes. It can be script or some command playing your sound file or making you other things, and you can use these variables in the call of the running script to get the call sign, band, mode, frequency and message in your script. And the other one is that connect part. You can put DX cluster comments here and separate them by comma. if you have several of them to send, and they will be sent to DX cluster every time you get connect. So you can send maybe show DX as a first command or something like that, and you can do the connecting when the program starts if you like. So these are important. Every time use the help to get more information. And the next one is CV interface. It's saying so that now you can have, you did have 2 rigs before, but now you can have 2 CW keys also, or you can use the same key for both radios. And there you can choose the key. You can choose hamlib for one rig and maybe the win key for the other. That's okay. If you use the same key for both, you can check the checkbox that the system doesn't reset the key while you switch the radios, because if the key is always the same, there's no use to reset it while you switch the radios. Otherwise this view is the same as before, but now we have 2 settings for both rigs. Then the external weavers, you can put your own weavers here. These are the defaults. And now there is HTML files and again the XGD open. This doesn't affect the help files, it just affects to the other files. But as well you can write here the proper path for your browser, and there is the same system. It will open the file search and you can use it, or you can just paint the text here like this and write Opera here, or Firefox, or whatever you use. So these are the highlights that I want to show, but you have to go through all these tabs here and check what you have to do with the settings. But once you have them okay for one log, I start the Cqrlog now again, so that we get the first view like this. When you have done the new log, but you have not opened it yet, so you can import the settings from other log. Before that you have to export, of course. You have to export a working log settings by utils configuration export, which gives you again file open system. And as you see here, I have here some settings. I have the test 5 already exported here, so it's no use to do it again. But now when it's done and this new log is not yet opened, or you can open it but you must close it, because you cannot import settings to open log, it must be closed log. So you check the new log and utils configuration import and find the saved settings here and open it, and so you have the settings there. And now we go to and open the log, and you see already some windows did open that wasn't there before. They come from settings. And now if we look to preferences, we have the station already set here, the addresses, and also all the other settings. So you are saving a lot of time copying from the existing log to all settings. And then if you need to change something, do the changes and close the preferences then you have these settings. Okay, that's a lot more easier than write again all these settings for every log. So that's the start for now, and we continue with the next video.